Getting injured during a competition or training is something that no athletes desire. They all try to avoid it, and yet they know that over a long enough career, sooner or later, they will have to face this reality. But sometimes they say that an injury can be a blessing in disguise. It can teach you new systematic and more careful ways to approach your training and competition, and it can make you even more stronger than before. I hope this is the case with the two athletes that we are going to discuss today, Monster Michael Todd and Levan Saginashvili. Michael uploaded a video a few days ago and he told us that his first comeback super match after his bicep surgery will be in November. And after that, his next super match will be in January, and that will be against a top 20 ranked super heavyweight in the world. 3 months after that, so in April, he will have a super match against a top 10 ranked super heavyweight in the world.
Roughly 2 months later, pull a top 20 guy. 3 months later, take on one of the top 10 guys.
Now this is some serious competition. I can say that this plan is well sorted out, but it can be really difficult for Michael. So by the end of March, we are expecting him to reach his peak shape or near his peak shape. Will that be enough to crack a top 10 super heavyweight? Maybe or maybe not. Difficult task for sure. So how much time do these bicep surgeries take to heal? Every injury is different, but if we talk about Curtis Cameron's distal bicep rupture, it happened on 21st of January, and after a week or so he got surgery, and now we can see he's already back at the table, and maybe by the end of this month Curtis Cameron will be in peak shape once again. So that's how much time it required for him to recover. I did an injury update video on him. You can check that from the link in the description. Michael tore his bicep in late February or early March, and that's when he got the surgery, few days after that. So if we calculate the same amount of time, Michael should be good to go by the end of this year. But Michael's surgery is more complicated. It was not only about his bicep, but about his elbow joint as well. So the best case scenario for Michael will be he has more range of motion, he can get his fist closer to his face, so the hook and the press can be more effective, and the worst case scenario can be Michael loses his King's move. If that happens, it is going to be really difficult for him once again, because without the King's move, I don't think Michael was ever top 10 in the world. He was really good when he was flop pressing and hooking and pressing, but I don't think he was top 10 in the world at that time. Or maybe because he was smaller as well at that time, around 240 pounds or 250 pounds. The opponents are not known yet, but they will be revealed soon, and keep an eye on Michael Todd's YouTube channel. After that, let's talk about Levan Saginashvili. Just a little over a couple of weeks ago, Levan injured his wrist. We all saw that video. It looked serious in the beginning, but as time is passing, as Levan has given us some updates about that, it looks like it is not that serious. So when Levan injured his wrist, there were 3 main questions from the fans. Number 1, when will Levan return? Number 2, for how long we should keep him in the rankings? And there can be 2 reasons for this reason number 2 or question number 2. That's because people want to see him compete a lot. He's the king. And second reason could be people want to see him go down. Not many people like the number 1 arm wrestler in the world. Everyone roots for the underdogs. And the third question was that, is it the same injury as his left wrist? Because his left wrist has not recovered in many years. If it is the same injury, then he may not be able to hold or sustain the top 1, the number 1 ranking in the world. So Levan told us that his doctor advised him to rest for 6 weeks. That is not a long time, and usually we have seen that doctors do like to keep a margin for safety. If they say 6 weeks, maybe you're good to go in 5 weeks time. So today Levan was seen doing some cupping exercise on the pulley. Nothing crazy, looked like lightweight, maybe 50 pounds. But I think it was more of a message to everyone that he is not out. Or maybe he never went away. Yes, he missed 1 match against ARMWRESTLING, but the king has not gone anywhere and he will be coming back. So by the looks of it, if I were to guess, by the end of this year, Levan Saginashvili may be ready to compete at the top level once again. Thanks for watching, like the video and subscribe.